should be it, I believe. Let's see if he can get the second double bed here. He can
The
indeed.
Dragon's
And
dead.
Loki, maybe getting,
Wow.
you could argue, a bit lucky in the sense that Silver, taking a death that's quite unexpected, but Loki just, playing consistent and
He's giving him no time.
taking
Like,
this.
this is another sub-8. Sub-8s all day for
Yeah, that's
everybody.
just crazy stuff.
Just no
From both these
possible time.
runners.
It's a mid-7, another mid-7 Desert Temple seed.
And that was I would say that was the least close of all the matches, and Silver was still in the end. So, I'd say, like, well played to Silver in the sense of recovering the death, but obviously you can't take a death like that in a match like this. And it is unfortunate to see Silver out because of a death, but at the end of the day, Loki did play very well today. And, moving forward, I think Loki's looking scary this year, Feinberg. He is looking scary, and I don't know. I think this season he has a chance to maybe win some back-to-back playoffs.
I mean, it's the highest seed left in the bracket. Obviously, we saw Infume lose last weekend, and Loki is now 1 day away, 2 series away from the potential to be the first back-to-back playoffs winner. Has the potential to stop Duke from winning, stop anyone else. He already stopped Silver. Duke stopped Priffy. So now Duke's the only player left in the bracket that's won another playoffs. Loki has the ability to not only win 2 in a row, but be the first person to win 4 playoffs, while no one else has even won 2. Loki's won half the playoffs that have happened so far, and if he wins this one, he's going to have won more than half.
More than half would be insane. That would be absolutely ridiculous. And it's possible. I legitimately think that Silver, we talked about this before, this is a grand finals caliber match. I feel like this could have been the finals had Silver been on the other side of the bracket, right? And so
100%.
I feel like if you're Loki, maybe you made some mistakes. We saw him miss the BT. We saw him make some mistakes here and there, but overall, he played consistent enough and fast enough to take out Silver, which is a massive accomplishment and should give him some confidence and even more momentum going into these later matches.
Yeah, let's actually look at the bracket, what we were talking about here. What do we have in store for our last match of the day, and what are we shaping up to look at tomorrow? Let's look at the bracket real quick. Doog playing the winner of Crimson versus Jay, our last match of the day, and Silver will fill that bottom slot fighting Hacks. Nerdy, look at, or no, Loki will fill that slot. I'm sorry. That brain fart moment there. Oh, I'm sorry. Yo, it's empty. I had to guess, and I lost the 50. Sorry.
It's okay.
My dreams were seeping into reality, and my bad.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good, Feinberg. We'll let this one slide.
I know I watched it. Guess was not the right word. Goldfish memory. I had to fill in the blank, and the blank didn't fill in. Silver lost. It's okay. I was thinking about the bracket run, like what you were saying, because you were talking about Silver if he was on the top of the bracket, and so then my head was just going there. Loki has to play Hacks in semifinals. Loki Hacks is a match that we've seen in playoffs. Grand finals, season 4, I think. No, that was against Inko Boy. Loki, I said earlier, would lost to Hacks 3-0 in season 3. That's what it was. Too many things to remember. And obviously I'm not good at that, apparently. But Loki Hacks, one of our semifinals matches for tomorrow. And then Doog versus the winner of Crimson J. And that's going to be a good matchup, Nerdy. 2 bracket busters, 2 upsets in the form of Crimson and J for our last quarterfinals match of the day. Having to go up against Doog, maybe the second most decorated playoffs player, has a win, has 2 second places. And Crimson and J both have not played in a playoffs.
Yep, it's a very exciting match. We have 2 sort of underdogs going against each other. It's sad to see one of them go, but it also does guarantee us a new player in the semifinals who's just entirely new to playoffs.
Yeah, and it's just sort of kind of how the bracket worked out, that they meet in the quarterfinals, but Crimson did have to beat Manji to get there. Jay did have to beat Beef Style. They both had to beat players that have played in playoffs before, so the fact that they both got that done and are guaranteeing us one new playoffs player getting to the semifinals, maybe even getting to grand finals, could see a new winner still, right? Like heading into the final day, I can't remember the last time we were in that situation, not only a new winner, but like a first-time playoffs player being able to win. Like I can't remember the last time someone's gotten this far being completely new to playoffs. And we are, as we go deeper and deeper into the seasons, it's going to be harder and harder to find people that haven't played in any playoffs before, right? Like obviously for season 1, everyone was new. For season 2, a lot of the bracket was new just because, there was only one other playoffs to play, but now we're on season 7. Like the fact that these Crimson and Jay have been in the bracket, haven't played in the first 6 seasons, and now one of them will be making it to semifinals is very, very impressive stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be a fantastic matchup next. It's gonna be a fantastic playoffs moving forward tomorrow. Feinberg. I don't know. I don't
Tomorrow's
know.
gonna be very excited. Very excited.
Any predictions? Who do you think is gonna win? Who do you think is gonna win?
A whole bracket or Jay
Whole
Crimson?
bracket. Whole bracket. No, whole bracket.
Whole bracket. I mean, Duke hasn't lost a seed.
Ooh,
I will
that's a
say
good point. That's a good point.
Duke
I'm
hasn't
gonna
lost a whole seed.
I'm gonna take Loki. I'm gonna take Loki. He obviously there were some, he did lose 2 seeds against Silver today. There was some shakiness today, but I don't know. I think he's gonna win the back-to-back Feinberg. I think he's gonna take the 4th win.
It's very possible. It's very, very possible. But Nerdy, that's all stuff that we have to figure out tomorrow. Today, we have to figure out who is going to be our 4th and final semifinals participant between Crimson and Jay. But before we do that, before we get those runners already set up, all the stats there, all the match ready for you for the 4th match, we do have an intermission to send it to get everything ready. And we do have a very cool intermission video for you guys. What is the wording that I was given here? It is a ranked update showcase for the update that's releasing after playoffs 5.1. I think a lot of people looking forward to this update. I think there's going to be solo private rooms, something that's been asked for literally 2 years. I'm not sure. That's what I've heard.
He's leaking. This guy's spoiling things, man. What is this guy doing?
Let's see what's coming to us in
What's he doing, man?
days. We'll see. Nerdy, we're back. Last match of the day. Jay versus Crimson. One of these runners will be moving on to tomorrow, will be moving on to the semifinals, will have the chance to be an entirely new playoffs winner. And I mean, there still are people in the bracket. Like, it is only Duke and Loki left standing that haven't won a playoffs. Hax did move on to tomorrow from his game earlier today. Hax has not won a playoffs yet either, but Hax has played. Hax has podiumed in the last 4 playoffs. He's gotten to the final day in season 3, 4, 5, and 6, and hasn't been able to close it out for a year at this point.
Yep.
Already. Hax has the chance to do that tomorrow. But Jay or Crimson, one of these runners, has the chance to say, I don't care. I don't need a year of experience. I'll do it day 1. I'll do it season 1. Well, it's season 7 right now, but like season 1 for them, that the wording doesn't really work there, but you know what I mean. First time, and I'll win. I don't care. Crimson or Jay, it's up to them.
Yeah, if you like an underdog story, I think both of these runners is they're your runner to root for. I am very excited to see this because, I mean, obviously these runners are lesser known, but the cool thing about this is it just guarantees someone in the semifinals who's never been there before. And so I don't know. I feel like this is going to be interesting to see how these runners play today. It might be indicative of if they can handle the nerves against Dugile as well. And so, yeah, we'll have to see. But obviously, the better runner is going to move on. So that is a good sign. It kind of will weed out the person maybe that can handle the pressure a bit better, right? So, or worse rather. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting, and I'm looking forward to this one, Feinberg.
Yeah, let's go into the player stats. Let's see how these guys stack up. What is happening with the numbers? Not that many games in between these runners, and the ranked average time pretty significantly different. I will say, Nerdy, I have just pulled up the stats for this current season, and Jay's average this season is 9:51, so he's 1 second faster. Crimson's average is a 10:08, so Crimson has saved 30 seconds in the new season. Granted, these are not the best sample sizes, but they both played over 80 games. The thing I will note, Nerdy, is Jay is currently 15th on the leaderboard for this season, and Crimson is 73rd.
Interesting. Yeah.
And Crimson played 4 games yesterday, and he's still 73rd. He's been grinding a couple games every day. Does that sit in the mental? Especially, like, obviously, you know in your head, you're 73rd right now. You join the private room lobby. It shows your rank there. You see that you're 73rd. Jay can see that you're 73rd. Like, does that sit? Like, I'm in quarterfinals, and this season, Crimson's not even top 50.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with you that, like, statistically, if we just evaluate the 2 runners and what we see, it looks like Jay's the favorite, right? It looks like Jay's the favorite. But I mean, a couple of things. I mean, we've seen tournament favorites go out in the round of 16 before. We've seen, many players not perform as well as they do during the regular season. And we've seen other players step it up and actually clutch up during playoffs, even if they didn't have the best season. And so I guess what I'm trying to get at here is that I feel like, yes, we can look at these numbers and try and figure out what happened during the ranked matches over the course of the last season. But I feel like playoffs is ultimately a different game. It is different. There's more stakes, there's more pressure, and you never know. I mean, maybe Crimson just will be able to handle the nerves better. So I don't want to make any conclusions immediately about who's going to win this seed, just because it looks like Jay so far looks like the favorite. But we just never know ultimately, and we'll have to see how these games play out. We can see these stats here, Feinberg. I mean, sub 10 averages for both BT and Rune Portal stick out to me on Jay's side. Meanwhile, it looks like a 60% win rate on Desert Temple for Crimson. Versus the 54 with Jay. It is interesting, though, with the 10:02 average. So maybe you go with the Desert Temple if you're Crimson. Maybe. I don't know. But ultimately, it's going to be interesting. Could just be that Jay is maybe going for faster runs and maybe the other players just beat him more because he's at a higher elo or something like that. It's hard to say exactly from these stats, but I do feel like you maybe if you're Crimson, you might want to play Desert Temple is all I'm saying.
It's very different queuing on the ladder versus playing in playoffs. Obviously, the stakes are much higher when you are playing games for your tournament life. playing matches for your tournament life. Different than, you know, oh, it's after a day of school, after a day of work, like I woke up from a nap, whatever, like you're just queuing to play, right? And like you have the mindset of like, okay, if I lose elo, doesn't really matter because I can just win tomorrow. Like I can just play 10 games, I can play 20 games, I can play 30 games in a day, and I can do that again tomorrow. In playoffs, you get one chance every 4 months if you make it to all of them. For these runners, it's their first chance that they've ever had at playoffs. And you have a best of 5. You have 3 seeds to lose until you're out. 3 buffers, and that's it. So you take the matches with such a different mental, you take them with so much more nerves happening at the same time. Like, I don't know, does Crimson have the ability to lock in? He beat Monji last week. And yes, he is 73rd on the leaderboard right now. Yes, both these runners did, Crimson made it through LCQ. Jay did qualify off of face points, but Crimson was our LCQ runner. Like, does he have the ability to lock in these tournament format situations? Can Crimson deal with those nerves, right? Play through the nerves, make some crazy plays, make some times to make up on seeds that like no one else is finding. I don't know. Like maybe he's our bracket demon that we've been looking for.
Yeah, you never know. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, Feinberg. And we get a buried treasure and a ruined portal ban. Feinberg, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I'm sad about this. I'm sad to see this. This is a sad day. My two favorites.
We're out of the fast seeds. We're out.
Yeah, those are my 2 favorites. I love watching the potential, you know, like we saw earlier, the sub 7, or no, was it a 730? I don't even remember. But the sub 8s, all those sub 8s, so exciting, so fast. So we'll have to go with the village. We'll have to go with the shipwreck, and of course the temple. But yeah, we start with the village. I don't know. I did notice that the buried treasure was both of their was it both their best win rates or something? I don't know. They both had very solid stats on the buried treasure, so I'm a little surprised to see Crimson ban that, but maybe a bit intimidated by Jay's stats on that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it is sad. We might have lost the sub 7 potential on this. At least the first 3 seeds, Nerdy. They could pick seed 4, seed 5. You pick the opponent's ban.
True.
Obviously,
True.
It's very possible. But at least for the village, the desert temple, and the shipwreck, not the best seed types for fast gameplay. But Nerdy, we've seen village seeds, we've seen desert temple seeds, we've seen them have room portals, right?
True. That's the cope. That's the cope.
You're not guaranteed that it's just that one seed type. I mean, Retropog beat Infume last weekend off of finding room portals. Crimson beat Monji in seed 5 off of finding a looting room portal. Like you're not locked to just the village, just the desert temple, just the shipwreck. So the seeds have the potential to have that speed, but it's not guaranteed. Could be a very ugly village, could be a very ugly shipwreck, very ugly desert temple. What's the quality of this village looking like here as we get into the match, Nerdy? Our final quarterfinals match of the day. Our final runner advancing to tomorrow for their shot at the playoffs victory, at the $3,000 grand prize, at their name in the history books.
Getting 1 bed. We see that Jay getting 4 hay bales off the rip. Meanwhile, Crimson getting none. And Jay's just a little bit ahead so far into this seed. Not too much, just a little, just micro stuff overall. And
Nerdy, this is a seed. We talked about this last week. I'm noticing we don't have shears. We have a stone axe. Do we grab another bed and blow up blocks in the nether? I don't know if
that's a legitimate option.
It's such a new idea. I don't know if we're going to see anybody take advantage of it because, you know, I don't know if anyone's even discovered like a good strategy for blowing up the blocks, a good sort of methodology for it. If it's even a good strategy at all. As opposed to just mining 10 logs. I don't know.
I'm a big fan of grabbing some beds. And I think I like the idea of grabbing 2. I mean, absolute worst case, you can...
I mean, do we grab 2 for double blaze?